right, so the Bronx is filled with creatives looking to showcase their talent while also building a network for themselves. And well, now they'll have another platform to promote promote it all with a new festival called It's the Bronx. Yeah, and joining us to tell us more about the event, we welcome social media guru Diego Leon and M. Pineda. Hello, gentlemen, and welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome back, Mr. Dandy in the Bronx.
Thank you so much for having me once again.
It's lovely, lovely. All right, so let's talk a little bit about It's the Bronx before we introduce what's going on this particular festival weekend in March, right? That's happening March 23rd, 24th. However, I know that there was this huge introduction to this event. Were you guys part of that?
Yeah, so you talked about the event at Bronx Beer Hall where they had the big preview event of all the different artists and musicians are going to be there. That awesome preview event. Now we're just going to expand upon it on the two-day festival coming up at It's the Bronx.
Okay, so this preview event basically gave everybody a little sneak peek of what kind of artists as well as food, because it's arts, culture, food, and then now they're also going to incorporate panels, right? Which is why you guys are here. So let's talk a little bit about before talking about social media, because everybody always wants to talk about social media, how social media has played a role in leading up to March 23rd.
Yeah, very true. So as you can test it, social media is a very strong, important platform because that lets us to tell our stories to thousands or millions of people that wouldn't have seen them anyway. So we'll be hosting panels about, you'll be hosting panels. You want to talk about your panel?
So the panel that I'll be hosting specifically is going to focus on food in the Bronx and how food from the borough is, because of platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, it's being given this global platform. So now all of a sudden the Bronx is available really in any part of the world, and a lot of the people in the borough have embraced social media and have given the Bronx a very different digital landscape than we've ever had prior to something like these platforms that allow everyone to sort of see what's going on in the borough, whether it be food related or music related, culture related. There's so many storytellers in the Bronx, and it's sort of time for this borough to really be seen the way that other boroughs like Brooklyn are seen, or Queens, or Manhattan. And I think food is universal, and the Bronx has so much to offer that I think it's time for the Bronx to sort of be given that spotlight.
I think we're doing a pretty good job, right? The Bronx Nights Market was really successful, and I know Marco was also one of the co-founders of that event, and he is the founder of this particular event, It's the Bronx, and it's interesting to just see the social media component being incorporated into the festival as part of the festival versus just promoting the festival, right? Because I understand that they were kind of doing somewhat of a, I don't know exactly what that was. I don't want to reference it as a contest where they put all the artists out on social media to, I guess, win to be part of the 23rd festival. And so now I'm learning that you guys are going to have these panels, and I know you, Dandy in the Bronx, we spoke a little bit about food, and your stuff is really geared towards men's wardrobe and dressing up and the importance of it. You also have a huge following online, and you're an influencer. So how did that relationship come about?
Yeah, definitely. So yes, menswear, lifestyle, influencer, but my panels be focusing on branding yourself. So I created my Dandy in the Bronx persona character on social media, born and raised on social media, and my panel is to help other Bronxites use that to brand themselves, whether you're a small business, whether you're a future blogger, whether you really love talking about, vegan food, or using social media to launch yourself. So I'm joined by some other content creators, and we'll be talking about how to use social media to not only just post selfies of yourself, but really, brand yourself where you become a business or, find a new audience, because social media is that powerful where, a small idea can explode.
And so, do you guys have little tips that you could maybe share? Just a little taste? I know everybody's it's I know, of course, we want them to come and participate in your panel. However, is there something that you could share with our viewers to kind of give them a taste?
Yeah, actually, your food Instagram is amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
And that's actually one thing I always tell people. figure out what's your niche. What's that one thing you really like talking about? The Hungry Dominican is talking about food. That's your niche. That's your thing. I love talking about suits, so that's my thing. Whether you love talking about toys, you like talking about, vegan food, you love talking about, the Yankees or whatever, double down on what you like talking about, focus on that, because that makes it a lot easier for people to find you and like join you in whatever you're talking about.
So basically, it's like just stick to like one topic.
Yeah, definitely.
Stick to one topic. And so, Hungry Dominican, have you gone hungry?
Always.
Always. Siempre tiene hambre.
Siempre, siempre. I will say this, when it comes to, this is the one piece of advice I usually give people when it comes to social media. It has to be quality over content, right? So, again, you use a hashtag like Brooklyn or Queens and you're bombarded with very beautiful pictures of landscapes, food, photo shoots, whatever, and that's what the Bronx needs more of. So I would always suggest that if you go out there and you want to show people what the Bronx is about, take good pictures. Don't take 1 billion pictures. Take good ones. Show the beauty of the borough and be sincere about it, because there's so much beauty in here, and I feel like, again, you use a hashtag and you don't really see what the Bronx is about. So I would always tell people, go for quality. Take beautiful pictures of the borough. Show the world what the Bronx is really about using your medium, which is, social media. So I would say quality over
All right,
content.
so what are some of the foods and or restaurants that you're really passionate about?
So there's one specific spot in the Bronx that I tell everyone to go to. Some people might be familiar with this. Anthony Bourdain went to it as well. It's 188 Bakery Cuchifrito. It's off the D train. It's not too far from here. I always think everything is walking distance. But it's one of the best Puerto Rican Latino spots I've ever had food in. And I would always tell people that is the one spot that you have to go to if you come to the Bronx. There's many other neighborhoods to visit. Of course there are, but I feel like that's maybe the best Puerto Rican food I've had.
All right,
I'll
I gotta
agree with
go. I
that.
have to go check it out. He's like the best,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah,
coming
it's-
from the Hungry
it's
Dominican.
unbelievable.
So ya tu
So
sabes,
good.
right?
Ya tu sabes.
All right, gentlemen, are you both on the same day? Are you serving on the same panel and just having different topics, different discussions, or are you having topic panels?
Yeah, so my panel is going to be on the 23rd of the festival.
Okay.
And it'll be about branding yourself on social media.
Right. So my panel right now, I believe, is on the 24th.
Okay.
And it'll be about food in the Bronx.
Okay, so even though they're both about the social media aspect to enhancing your business in whatever genre, right? They're on different days.
Yes.
Okay, so that's wonderful. So then you kind of get everybody to come on the 23rd and the 24th.
Exactly.
Do you happen to know anything else that's going on within those particular days? Because I know it's a full day of festivities.
Yeah, so if you go to itsthebronx.com, you'll find a list of all the different events that are going to be happening. There's going to be musicians, artists, there's going to be food, of course, and there's going to be way more panels as well than just us.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, and so what do you want to leave everybody with as far as participating in your panel?
Well, if you go to itsthebronx.com, definitely RSVP, get yourself a ticket for the 2-day festival. And follow me at Dandy in the Bronx for more information. And
So yes, make sure to get your tickets. Itsthebronx.com. Follow me at the Hungry Dominican. And I would say that when it comes to my panel, just make sure you're hungry. So we can all really feel it together.
And that's a nice segue into the next segment because we're going to go vegan when we come back.
Perfect.
All right, thank you, gentlemen.
hey, thank you.
Thank you for being here. You guys, once again, it's the Bronx Festival is taking place March 23rd and the 24th at Union Crossing Street in Port Morris, which is located at 825 East 141st Street, and that's happening from 12 noon to 8 p.m. And for tickets, once again, go to Eventbrite. It's the Bronx 2019. All right. PLTD Perico is a limited Bronx-based brand that is influenced by the Bronx, and we're going to talk a little bit about them when we come back. Don't go anywhere.